back to the second part of our mob switch series. Last time we built our chunk loader, which you can see behind me. This time we're going to talk about filling our mob cap. We're to put the chunk loader once we know where we're going to keep our mobs, and we're going to show mob switch in action. Let's get going. So you remember this is our mob switch working. It keeps the 3 chunks around it fully loaded, 5x5 area loaded for redstone ticking, and 7x7 orange area loaded for keeping mobs spawned. So what we need to do is get enough mobs to fill our mob cap into this orange area, and then no other mobs will spawn in the world. Realistically, the way we do this is to work out where we're going to keep our mobs first, then turn on F3 and G to see our chunk boundaries. Then, once we know where our mobs are going to be, we can work out where to put our chunk loader. So there's a few ways we can do this. Remember that we need to build our chunk loader somewhere that we're not going to visit very often. The reason for that is because if we come to this area in the overworld, and then more importantly, if we leave in the overworld, we'll get 128 blocks away from our mobs. They'll despawn. So at any time we visit our mob switch, we need to leave through the nether. So if you build this somewhere that you're going to fly over, chances are that you're going to accidentally despawn your mobs by getting within and then away from 128 blocks from them despawn. So we need to find somewhere far away from where we usually go to put our mob switch and chunk loader. Ideally, we'll go and we'll find a dungeon mob spawner like the one we've got over here in this last box. So we can go and explore some mine shafts, find a dungeon mob spawner. It's then stand near this, spawn enough mobs for our mob cap. Then we can disappear and leave these guys loaded in the world. But if we can't find one of these in a convenient place, we can just build a mob farm. So I'm not going to cover how to build a mob farm, because there's hundreds of videos on YouTube how to build a mob farm. But really all you need is a dark area where mobs can spawn, and somewhere to flush them. So set up a quick etho hopper block again, like we did inside the chunk loader. Use it to trigger some dispensers to flush the mobs out of the open area, and have an area for them to congregate in once you flush them out. If we do go exploring and find out dungeon mob spawner, build around it like this, break out area around it. You want to clear out 3 blocks above, put some blocks on top of the cage so the mobs don't spawn on top of it. 4 blocks below and 4 blocks to each side. Then put some water source blocks in the corners, which will push the mobs down here, set them up water elevator. There's again loads of videos on YouTube on how to make these dungeon mob spawner rooms, and I'm not going to cover that here, but let's assume that we can find dungeon mob spawner. One thing I like to do, and I've done my survival world, and we'll see it shortly, build something like this mob counter. So when mobs spawn down here, so when the mobs spawn, come up this water elevator, because the soul sand bubbles, get flushed along this ice path, drop down into these modules, and with 15 mobs on a gold pressure plate, light will come on, this chamber will be closed off, and the next chamber will open up. So once we fill 5 of these, we know we've got 75 mobs, which is more than our mob cap. One thing to note, if we build a mob farm in our world, is it will be self-regulating. So as soon as we hit our mob cap, no more mobs will spawn in our mob farm. Our dungeon mob spawner, it's not self-regulated, so it can spawn more than mob cap. As soon as we move 16 blocks away from it, it'll stop spawning. So let's assume we've somewhere to place all our mobs, either at the bottom of our mob farm, or in a mob counter, or even just in the bottom underneath dungeon mob spawner. I'm going to hit F3 and G, count 4 chunks, 1, 2, 3, 4, and build our chunk loader from the last video in here. Let's build one of these modules quickly so that you see how to do it if you want to do it yourself. I'll put a link to the Lightmatica schematic in the description as well, in case you want to download the schematic and just paste it in your creative world or use it as a template for your survival work. Okay, we're going to assume you've got a water elevator or some other way of getting your mobs to the mob counter, and build front face of our mob counter. It's going to be a 9 by 5 angle. Glass in the center. The thing about this mob counter as well, there is a button which dispenses lava, so you can kill some of your mobs and back down below the mob cap if you want to spawn some mobs. This is the front of our module. With a redstone lamp at the top, because that will indicate to us when we have our module. Stick in some packed ice or blue ice here. This will get pushed in with a piston so it's filled up. Some stone. Use smooth stone. This stone block is going to block the way so the zombies or skeletons can't get across and they'll fall down the hole. One other important thing to note is that this does not work creepers, because creepers float in water and don't sink, so that they won't fall down inside the module. Gold pressure plate, lightweight pressure plate. This one's good because it counts up the number of entities that are on top of it up to a level of 15. Using a comparator, you can take that signal out. If we put a redstone block beside the comparator will send out the signal. The signal strength gets to 15. So there's 15 entities here. Override the comparison 15 strength from the redstone block, and turn on the signal coming out back. So in this back block, we're going to put a couple of torches. We can send our signal up. So let's do this side first. The side that's going to open the path. So we've got enough zombies or skeletons in there. So 3 stones above, moving out. Stick out the stones all the way in. So redstone just here. Signal to a sticky piston. So once the signal turns off, the gold pressure plate triggers this signal will turn off. This stone will be pulled back out of the way. So let's do the side. So now let's do the circuit that pushes this ice block in to block the hole. So above, stick on above, need a chicken, stick another stone in that, torch here, stone in that, stone in the middle, sticky piston here. Stick some redstone dust across there. Sorry, dust there. Redstone torch. So break this ice again. Stick it there. So once this sends out a signal, trigger this circuit, this torch will go on, power that, stone will slide into place. Gonna show that by turning on the stone slid into place. Put that back. Yep. We can do that with the other side as well. Let's that blocker stone moves out of the way. So now let's put in our circuit that lights the redstone lamp. Show when the budget's full. Let's grab some more stones. Something about that redstone torch. Let's make our route in towards the wall. Stone dust on the way. So again, we can test this one by turning off this torch. Let's see. Here it is on. So let's put our torch back. Yep, everything's off. Distance retracted. So let's build our wall guys path so that the zombies or skeletons can't escape. Okay. Water coming up here, then flow out this way. Push the zombies and skeletons along the ice and down. And once this closes, I'm gonna pretend that it's all closed, so that by just sticking a temporary stone torch there, so everything's closed as if it's filled up. Another pressure plate, just a stone one this time. Set the stone pressure plate here. That'll block the water flowing this way. Then get more ice. Build our next module. So it'll kind of look like this again. The water source. The water source here. So this stone pressure plate block the water from the item elevator or the zombie skeleton elevator. Flow to here and get blocked. Zombies and skeletons will keep getting pushed along the ice. Get picked up by the next water source block here. Pushed along again. Remember, this will be blocked till the mobs fill up this mob counter too, and then this will move out of the way, the ice will slide in, keep onwards. So we're almost finished. We just need to put our dispenser with lava in here. Let's add a gold pressure plate back here now that we've finished testing. Then wall in this section, so if any mobs fall in, they're actually going to get stuck. And we don't really need to worry about the mini zombies coming out here, because they still can't get through this gap because the comparator blocks some of it. So let's stick some lava in the dispenser. And a button on the front. And there we go. If we want to get some of our mobs, just hit that and suck it back in. And it's nice because this way we can limit the number of mobs that appear in the world. So if we have 5 of these modules full to fill up our mob cap, then we empty one of them, then we know we're only going to get 15 mobs elsewhere in the world. So this is my survival world where I've built my mob counter modules beside a dungeon mob spawner that I find far away from my home spawn. You can see here just where it is in relation to where the rest of my game is usually played. So this is my home, and this is where most of parts of the map are that I go to when I'm playing normally, and this is where my mob switch is. So I've kind of gone a bit overboard decorating this zombie mob spawner. So I've lit up the whole thing. I'm going to hit this button. The lights go off. Zombies start spawning. Then water pushes them down through this tunnel and along to this soul sand water elevator. Pushes them along through the modules that we just learned how to build. And then they fill up these modules. Button here to dispense lava on the zombies if we want to get rid of them. And there's 5 lights on, which tells me there's 15 zombies in each of them. Got some extras up here that came through after that was shut. And then if we turn on our chunk boundaries, you can see these guys are in one chunk. Chunk 2. Chunk 3, chunk 4. Here's my chunk loader. This is the one that we learned how to build in the last video. So, see the minecart's going to move back and forth every 14 seconds, triggered by this etho hopper clock. There it goes. That'll go through to the nether side, which we'll go and look at now. So because I filled this up, just turned the lights back on, so because we don't need any more zombies. Because we've got 75 here, I'm leaving this area through the nether and not through the overworld. These guys will stay loaded, because the chunk loader will keep these chunks loaded. So no more hostile mobs will spawn in my world. So here's the nether side of the chunk loader, and you'll notice this is the second version, the alternate version that I've built here. And if you go back to the other video, you'll see the 2 versions of the nether side of the loader. So that minecart's going back and forth. Okay, let's go to the ocean monument. See that there's no guardians spawning anymore now that we've got our mob switch working. So this is our ocean monument, and it's usually teeming with guardians, but now that our mob switch is on, there isn't a guardian to be seen, which is great because now I can come and build my guardian farm without getting zapped all the time. So thanks for watching. That's how to build a survival mob switch. It's actually not too hard at all, as long as you get a chunk loader somewhere in your world. So please click like, because that bumps us up in the YouTube algorithm and we get suggested to more people. And hit subscribe if you want notified of more videos coming up. Goodbye.